Christina, let's go.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are. Be very welcome to the 2025 WFTGA Association's Journeys. So we are very eager to learn everything about what you've been doing this past year, your challenges, your achievements, whatever you want to share with us. We really are thrilled that you are here and that you are presenting your association to the world of tourist guides and beyond. So I'll be moderating this session. We have 10 minutes slots for every presenter. I'll be actually checking the time. And we have with us the first presenter, the Sabah Tourist Guides Association of Malaysia, and also the respective area representative for Malaysia, Erwin Tsunami Valenzuela. Erwin, would you like to come to the stage and present yourself, please, and your area, and also Malaysia? Erwin, yeah.
Good day, everyone. Mabuhay. My name is Erwin Valenzuela, but they call me Tsunami in the industry. Mabuhay to all, and I am the area representative for Southeast Asia, plus Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Japan, and Bhutan. And I'm from the Philippines, but today I'll be presenting to you our first presenter. Our first presenter coming from Malaysia and our trainers convention host last February, which is a very momentous event in Asia where all the trainers convened and had our successful tour and very nurturing training for everyone. So I will be presenting to you from Sabah Tourist Guides Association, my fellow wildlife guide, my fellow eco guide and nature guide, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all welcome Miss Grace Leong from Sabah Tourist Guides Association. How are you, Grace?
Hello, I am fine. I have just share the screen first because I don't have much time, I believe. Hi, everybody, and selamat datang ke Malaysia. That is welcome to Malaysia. Shall I just go ahead and share?
Yes, please. Yes, please,
That's okay?
Grace. We are looking at it. It's beautiful.
So, all right, good. All right, so very welcome, everybody, to our what we call that to Malaysia. You are actually looking at my slides. That is actually from regarding Sabah itself. Yeah, Sabah. So our association journey for 2024, 25. Yeah, this year is 2025. So it's gonna be interesting because we did have a very interesting year. So I only have 10 minutes. So I will try to rush through, I would say, yeah, what we are going to show you. So I think Tsunami and some of you out there who might be very at the screen that I'm showing you in the picture, that is the first trainer convention. Yeah. So just to let you see what else do we have. Yeah. Our journey actually we go through quite a few things in Sabah, Malaysia itself. We have the first trainer convention in February, and then I will be talking about the International Tourist Guide Day. What did we do? And some free guided tours that we are still ongoing, and training and upskilling of our guides in the form of what we call CTRE confirmation course, the hot course of WFTGA, and others as well. We also have gone through a lot of what we call quite a few sessions with government. They call it the government engagement sessions, and of course the upcoming wildlife course. Yep. So not to just to let you, of course, I think some of you here will be very interested in what we are showing right now. That is the first trainer convention. And it was, I would say that it is very successful. Yeah, we have participations, I think, including that is those who participate in person and also online. I think there are about 30 over different countries, which was even to our, though in person it was not really that many. We are talking about 18 of you, but it has been very, I would say, encouraging to know that, because it's the first one, and it was actually been done, I would say, very well. Just to show you a little bit, yeah, I hope you can hear this. Somebody?
Thank you, Grace. We are watching the slides. It's very nice.
There you are. Okay. So we have during the convention, we have the launching, which was very interesting. I would say to let our participants have a kind of a cultural experience. Yeah. And the launching was actually launched by the Deputy Minister of Tourism here in Sabah. Yeah, so he was very happy about it and about the convention. By the way, for those of you who have known him when you came here, he is now no longer our minister of tourism. He has been posted in another position after the reason what we call that, the election that we have. So this is the tour that we did for the delegates, the pre-convention tour. Yeah, and then we have the half-day convention tour. And Sebastian was so nice of him to actually did a live stream online, yeah, for the participant online as well. So we have a very nice and keynote speaker. The person that you're looking at on the right-hand side, you're going to see her when you are going to Japan, because she's going to be one of the keynote speakers for the Fukuoka convention. Yeah. Then we have a lot of other things as well. We have workshops, yeah, and fun, yeah, having fun on eco printing, and they have some going wild sessions at the gala dinner as well, where everybody took part, right? I won't have enough time to show you some of the video clips. You will find that it's really crazy, really crazy. And then during the International Tourist Guide Day itself, we do have this, see, the participants, yeah, the international participants were very well involved in our International Tourist Guide Day when they were here. Yeah. And I will not be showing you first until we have time at the end, yeah, a video clip on that. And just to let you know that we also done, we have continued our free guided tours from last year and previous year. But this year, the Heritage Walk is still ongoing on every Wednesday and Saturday for tourists. Yeah, free of charge for tourists. Yeah, it is actually now getting very, very popular. Yeah. And we also have added this one, which I think all of you would know, that every Wednesday and Saturday too, we also have these wetland tours, yeah, in the city center itself. And then we have just launched one, a very new free guided tour, which is on the 9th of October. It is a cultural walk at what we call it, at traditional market ground. Yeah, That was again in conjunction. It is actually a collaboration with our Sabah Tourism Board and also the Penang Tourism Association. So they asked us to help them out to get something, to do something for their district. So that's what we come out with. So now we have 3 kind of guided walks. We are talking about, one is on historical heritage, one is on nature, and this is a cultural. So it is something you will find that is going to be very interesting. Yeah. This is the one. I will skip also the video first because of time. Okay. We have another thing is that the training and upskilling of tourist guides. We have a lot of training that has been done even this year itself. Yeah, trying to get our guides being upskilled in their knowledge and in the skills as well. So we have a total of what we call the CTRE, which is continuing tourism-related education. And we have conducted 14 this year itself. Yeah, 14. So this is part of the one that we have done. This is also to create awareness about sustainability. So this is a glass bottle recycling CTRE, where you see all the guys were there, and then they can even get the something as a souvenir from what they have produced from this glass. Yeah. So it was very interesting. Yeah, very interesting CTRE. And we do have online, which is still continuing online CTRE. And then the coming one is on the 12th of December. Yeah, so where we will see a lot of guides, those especially who are not able to attend in person, they will be able to also still learn online. Yeah. And we have our first, this is actually a must, I would say, for all the tourist guides. There were 4 first responder courses that was conducted for our tourist guides. It was actually organized and sponsored by the Sri Penanjungan. We call it a tourism board subsidiary, and the fire department. This what you might say is, what is first responder? It is something that all guides should know, is that in terms of there is an emergency while we are on tour, we will know what to do. Yeah, in terms of first aid or whatever. So we have 4 of these courses that has been organized, and we intend to even have more for next year. Yeah. So these are all those also what we call this is a in fact, this is actually what we call the confirmation course. Yeah, the confirmation course for our tourist guide, because tourist guide who have been a tourist guide for 2 years, they have to undergo another 1-week course before they are given what we call a confirmed tourist guide. So that's why we have conducted one as well. And WFTGA courses, yes, we have the trainer course immediately actually after the trainer convention. Yeah. So why would we want to do that? Is because we wanted to get them ready. Some of those trainers that we have now, there are altogether, I think, around 8 of us, because we want them to get ready to be able to do this. Yeah. So we have already started the hot courses in Sabah. Actually, last year we already done 1, but this year we have actually done 2 so far. There will be another 4 more to come. Yeah, 4 more to come. But we have also done the what you call it a success, is that this is the first Chinese-speaking, Mandarin-speaking hot course, which is thing. Yeah, and then it was you can say that it was very, very successfully done. Yeah, so we are looking at more of these courses. Yeah, so that's why 4 more will be conducted until there's one that will be next week. Yeah, and then there will be some more. Every month we'll be having one. Yeah, because they is actually sponsored by our local ministry and also our federal ministry as well. Yeah. So we wanted them to really to be upskilled and all this. Yeah. So you can see, and we have a lot of many engagement sessions with the government. Yeah. with those government dignitaries. Yeah. So upcoming, what do we have? Watch out for our, so now you will know, our WFTGA Wildlife Nature course. We do hope to have all this round up by next year. Yeah, so we'll hear more about it during the convention itself. Yeah, so so because we are having what we call, you are invited to visit our Malaysia year 2026 next year. So that's our two mascots that we are having, the sun bear. Yeah, one is the male, one is the female. So we hope you will come to visit us next year, maybe after the Fukuoka, who knows, yeah? You can just make a side trip, come to Sabah and visit our sun bear, yeah? Because it is our Visit Malaysia year 2026, yeah? Okay, so have I? That's right on time.
Yes, Grace, you were just 2 minutes overdue, which is great. So you managed. Oh, and it was a wonderful journey, starting with the the trainer convention and all the things you do. Quite interesting, the free tours. And it has been a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Grace. Really enjoyed it.
We don't have enough time to show you more of the video
The videos.
clips. But anyway,
but
thank you.
the presentation, if you want to share it with us, will be later on the YouTube, and on YouTube, people can actually see the videos because this will be shared through our YouTube channels. So Grace, thank you so much. We hope to be in Malaysia soon. And the next presenter is from a very different area. We're going from Asia, sunny, warm Asia, to Sweden, and we have Sarah with us, which is she's our area representative for Northern Europe. Sarah, would you present yourself in your region, please?
Hi, Christina. Of course I can do it. Hello to everyone. My name is Sarah, as Christina already mentioned, and I'm the WFTGA area representative for Northern Europe, and that includes the Nordics, the Baltics, Great Britain, and, well, I must say the British Isles. Sorry to not offend anyone from that region. And then also Germany, which is my home country. I'm based in Hamburg. And I'm really happy to take you from Malaysia now to a different area, which Christina already mentioned, where I've just recently spent a lot of darkation, as they called it, and I'm pretty sure that you will get to know why. We have with us Anna-Lena Söderlund, who is the president of the SweGuides. It's the Association of the Swedish Tourist Guides. And I'm looking forward to have a look at what else than the recent FEG meeting, which they had organized, like the European Federation meeting, happened during the year in Sweden. So welcome to the stage, Anna-Lena.
Thank you so much, Sarah. My name is Anna-Lena Söderlund Törnell, and I'm the chair of the Swedish Guide Association, and I will share my screen. Just want to say to all of you, I have a cough. So if I start coughing, it will go over, and I continue after the cough session. Let me see if I can get the right. So I suppose you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So Swedish Guide Association is a national federation of qualified tourist guides and certified nature guides. We also have a membership category for any guide or anyone that want to support us, but also museum guides that are maybe not qualified, but they work in museums since many, many years, or anyone that guides. They have kind of a supporting category. They don't have the same voting rights and so on. We are 20 association, or actually it moves between 19 and 21. Some merge, some cease to exist and so on. And we hope to get a few more this year. And a total of 450 tourist guides. And you see the map. Sweden is a long country. And it takes quite a bit to go between the various areas here. We have a dual license First of all, we are not regulated, which means that anyone can guide and say whatever they want. We're trying to promote, we're trying to tell the world that the locally qualification, what we call in Sweden authorization, is necessary because we are the ones that know our home, our city or our area. But we also, and that is normally a qualification that is made by an examination board and after an education for about a year. Then we also have the second license, which is a national certification in the vocational skills that are all over Sweden, the same thing. And these 4 guides that you see here, it looks like it's a rainy day. These, they have raincoats. They carry or they wear the yellow-blue badge that shows that they are national certified. We asked our members why they are a member to have an idea which way are we going. And this has shifted. So now they say it's because we're national. They like the network all over Sweden. And they like also the continuous professional development or the further education that we are holding and the information that we are giving constantly. And because of that, the board, we are 8 members of the board, here's only 6 of us, 2 are not there, had to start to think anew. What are we, on which way are we going? We have to listen to our members. We are in the board, we have different skills, we are different ages, we are from different areas, we focus on different kind of tours. So the board is really a sample of what you can do as a guide in Sweden or a tourist guide in Sweden. Since we're such a long country, we can't meet often, not nationally. Most of the training and meetings are locally in the various associations. But once a year we meet in for the AGM. And this year it was on an island in the Baltic, an island called Gotland, a medieval island with a wall around the city, very quaint, very historic, very interesting. And of course, we have speeches, we have some training, we have networking and exchange, and also lots of social, because that is important. Most of us have our social in our various associations, but when we get together like this, it's such a great opportunity to listen to what do you do in the north, what do you do in the south. We have different maybe customers with different outlook on the world as well. So this is very important. The next meeting will be in southern Sweden. And of course, we also are now a member of WFTGA. That's why I'm here now. The middle picture there is from 2 years ago when Japan was announced as the host. And as far as I know, we are about 10, maybe more, from Sveriges that are going to Japan. We're also a member of FEG, or the Federation of European Guides. And at the bottom there is a picture from the opening ceremony that was held a week ago in our area. And then Nordic Guides. We also... Sorry, I couldn't turn off the microphone by coughing. I can't find that spot. So the Nordic Guides, they had a meeting on Iceland, and that's the top photo. It was a rainy day, but a really, really interesting to interact with our colleagues from the Nordic as well. We're also part of a culture umbrella association for all of us that works with culture. We have a speaking, at least we talk to visit Sweden, and recently Destination Uppsala have popped up as being true friends with the tourist guides. Otherwise, it's a little bit hard in Sweden when it comes to that. Big thing that happened this year is media. I was going to say support, but not really support, but attention. Free guides versus qualified guides. And in this way, I don't mean qualified guides that do free tours. I mean the guides that are really guides or tourist guides or actually they aren't tourist guides. They're not qualified. They have not gone through a school. They haven't got an examination. They just pop up in Stockholm and Gothenburg and big cities and do guided tours against a tip. And since it's a free country, you can do whatever you want. We just have to show that we are better, that we are qualified, and that we are legal. We're paying our taxes. We have our companies. It was a journalist that was on a boat, a sightseeing boat, that heard that the guides there was misleading. They were telling things that they made up, and that got a snowball rolling. And at the same time, I was invited in the National Morning studio to talk about what is necessary to become a good tourist guide, and this kind of merged into two. So we were in the local media, we were on national news, we were on different TV channels and talked about why maybe it's important to be qualified, to be an ambassador for your country. And this work continues. It still pops up here and there in various programs, and people say, are you a real guide, or are you one of those that maybe study at a university somewhere else in the world? They pop up in Stockholm, and of course they don't have the same, I don't have to tell you, the same background as we have. And so this is a still going on lobbyism for being qualified guide. The European Culture Route Training started, this is the continuous development, professional development. We've never done this in Sweden per se. We most have the trainings in the local associations, but we actually do it now for the whole country, and we have had 6 sessions, I think. I will do another session tomorrow. And then we had the FEG meeting, the big FEG meeting. We worked on it for a whole year. This is from the opening ceremony and my colleagues here in Dalarna with our national costumes on. It was a great success. It showed also the difference to work and guide in a big city where you just look around and you can talk about any building, and to be far out in the country and have to talk about trees. We sold it as coolcation, darkcation, and off the beaten track. So what's going to happen next year? What have happened? We're starting sharing best practice meetings once a month. We have also talked about unbalanced tourism. We have a reference group of all the chairs. So before we take a big decision, we discuss it with the reference group. And we have a close connection with most of them, and some of them pop up at big meetings. And we also have this corporate identity, the yellow, blue, I like the Swedish flag, and the assessor group. They have their own meetings. The assessors are the one that assess the tourist guides who want to have the national license. The marketing group doing a good job. It was very nice to hear at the FEG meeting that of the 28 or 29 associations, we were one of 8 that fulfilled all the social media with constant posting, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. We write a column in a tourism magazine, we do speeches, and 2025, the theme was unbalanced tourism, that turned into talk about minority groups in Sweden, which is in a way unbalanced as well, because where the minority groups are, we have very little tourism, or there is very little tourist guides that give guided tours in these languages or in these areas. 2026, we will definitely, we hope, do a new membership system. Not a system for the membership, but the online system. A national meeting will be in Landskrona in southern Sweden, Mr. Ness there. We will continue the lobby about importance of being qualified. We will build up a new website. It's actually dormant for the moment. And we will continue with our continuous personal, professional development. I think my time is up. My clock stopped, so thank you very much.
Yes, your clock stopped. It's been perfect. Anna-Lena, it was really so interesting. Not just what you did with the FAG in Sweden, because I know it was a big success. We all know that, and it's really, really very impressive. But also your relationship with media. My, we are so jealous because I know it's so hard to get them on board and talk to us. So seize that opportunity and carry on for the good of the Swedish Guides and for the good of all of us, really, because it's so important to showcase what we do. So thank you so much, Anna-Lena. It has been a real treat to listen to you, and
Thank you.
yes, and see you in Japan. Okay, so we carry on, and next on our schedule we have Portugal. The Portuguese Association of Tourist Guides and Tour Managers. I was checking in the list. We don't have our area representative for Portugal with us. Probably is away. He's very often busy. So I will introduce the next association. I already named them, the Portuguese Association of Tourist Guides and Tour Managers. And we have with us the chair of the association, Miguel Silva. And please, Miguel, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone. Hi, good morning. Bom dia, as we say in Portuguese. Let me see if I can. Yes, can you see my screen?
Perfectly.
All right, thank you very much. As you said, Christina, AGIC, the Portuguese Association of Tourist Guides and Tour Managers, we are a nationwide association founded in 2004, proud members of WFTGA, of course, and also of the World Tourism Organization, and therefore a UNESCO partner. Currently, we have almost 300 members, all of them certified national guides. This year, this is a brief list of what we've done so far, and I'll walk you through what we've done specifically, but mainly continuous professional development, CPD. We had our admission exams, the ITGD, so the International Tourist Guide Day, trade events, meetings, not only institutional, but also with partners, academic collaborations, and we had recently our general elections. We focus mainly on specific visits, seminars, and trainings for our CPD, which is very, very important. We never know enough, and even if we do, well, we don't. But anyways, we think it's very important to keep updated. So we had specific visits. When we say visits, we don't always focus on museums and monuments, but also anything that's interesting for us to deepen our knowledge and broaden our horizons. Let me see if the link works, because yes. This is a link to our website. It's in Portuguese, but I want to show you is what we've done thus far this year in visits. Most of them, as you can see, are museums. Even if you don't know Portuguese, you can understand the word museu, which is quite similar to English. Museums, foundations, but also gardens. We focus, at least in Lisbon and mainly Portugal, on cultural tourism. However, it's very important to address nature. But the interesting thing here I want to show you is factories. You know, Portugal is #1 in cod fish consumption per capita in the world, even though we don't have any cod in Portuguese waters, but we do have factories. So it's important for us to understand that reality and therefore explain to our guests. And paper industry is also important in Portugal. So we visited the most renowned paper factory, which is called Renova here in Portugal. So just a few examples of factories that we've visited this year. Seminars is actually something that was created by Christina. Conversas ao fim do dia roughly translates to evening talks. And during the month of January, we have different people who are experts in different themes. And for 1 hour, at the end of the day, at the evening, they will make a presentation on that topic. Again, it's in Portuguese, but I guess you can understand botanics, history, art, tourism, military history, different themes that different people have presented, different again themes. So that's important for us to deepen our knowledge. This year, 2025, after the admission exams that I'll talk about in a minute, we also had our first hot training done by Christina to our newly accepted members. These are just two examples of what happened last week. We had an in-local visit to the Lisbon's museum with the curator, and on the right-hand side, an example of in-classroom training sessions, actually provided by the CNC, which is the National Culture Center in Lisbon. Every year in February, we have our admission exams, and this is done by the exams are held in Lisbon. We have a jury of 5 people. Candidates must present themselves with enough knowledge for the whole country, history, art, traditions, gastronomy, wine, nature, and relevant current themes in at least 2 foreign languages. This year, in 2025, we had 6 candidates, which was rather low, but they all passed, which was good. For next year, we have 19 candidates so far. So that's very, very positive. We held, of course, like every year on February 21st, the International Tourist Guide Day. This year's theme was Tourist Guides as Ambassadors of Peace. We always try to follow the WFTGA and the World Tourism Organization's themes. Portugal is not a warring state. We understand that there are other countries with different realities. What we noticed was that unbalanced tourism, especially in the big cities in Portugal, Lisbon and Porto, amongst others, are experiencing unbalanced tourism. And we, as official tourist guides, have a responsibility to mitigate the issues and the conflicts between locals and visitors. So we tried to address the issue. What can we do as tourist guides to mitigate the conflict between visitors and locals? And we chose a place that is not really well known in Lisbon. It's called here Colina da Saúde, one of the hills in central Lisbon, but where no one goes to. It used to be actually a mental institution that shut down many, many years ago. So we visited the premises. That old facility was transformed into a place for arts and crafts. Lovely gardens with so open air spaces where we can actually take our tourists to and meet people there who make their arts and crafts. So we had a visit to the premises, we had lunch together, and then we had a bit of an open talk as how to try to mitigate again the conflict. Simultaneously, one of the most important universities for tourism and hotel studies in Portugal, they also held an open talk about religious tourism, and we also participated in that. Trade events every year around February, March, usually March, we have the Lisbon Fair. We always have our own stand to promote not only the association, our members, but also what we do as official guides. We've got here on the top picture our former chair, Ju, and of course, Christine is also there. And we were invited this year to talk to bypassers about who we are as an association. That's what we did. Try to promote. We meet regularly with different institutions. The MMP, we'll talk about this on the next slide, the government organization that oversees and manages most museums and monuments in Portugal. Major cities in Portugal, Lisbon and Porto, we try to talk to the people in charge of tourism. It's usually difficult, but at least we got to meet with someone from the town halls. The Secretary of State of Tourism, we do not have a minister of tourism, although we wish we had. But we do have the Secretary of State, and we try to have regular talks with them to raise awareness of what we do. And much like Annalena said, and in Sweden, in Portugal, we are also unregulated, and we try to lobby and make them realize how important it is to go back to regulations in as far as tourist guides is concerned. Different foundations, mainly cultural foundations. I think what sets us apart as official guides in Portugal, or certified guides, is that we are close to culture. There's so many tiny to medium-sized museums that are usually overlooked, and we want to approach them, and they want to get us closer to them so that we can get quality tourism as well. So key museums and monuments. And last but not least, ESHTE and Lusoften are two key universities whom with we talk regularly. They provide specific training to future tourist guides, so we regularly go there. On the bigger picture, this was a convention, actually an academic research on the well-being of people who work in tourism that we attended. The bottom green picture is the new ticket. This is interesting. So I talked about the MMP, the organization that oversees managers museums and museums and monuments in Portugal. They decided this year to create a new access ticket for professionals. And they noticed that there's a difference in the way that certified guides work compared to non-certified guides. So any member of our association will get a year-long or a yearly pass with a specific color, which is green, so that people who, when we go with groups and they see our badge and they see this ticket, they know that we are certified. Conversely, other people who are not certified will get different colors, and their tickets will only be valid for 3 months, so that they may not get it renovated in case they don't behave the right way. That was, I think, interesting. A step forward, at least. On the top right-hand side corner picture, this is during a inauguration of a new museum. So we will also attend to several inaugurations. We meet with different partners. The agencies association, APAVT, are members and partners from the south of Portugal, AGIC, as you can see there, Travel Life. We've done something with them in the past. We're doing it again. They provide sustainability accredited certifications, and we're trying to get all of our members certified in sustainability. Also members of local associations that we meet regularly. We had general elections, and these are some of the new faces. Myself was just recently elected in July, together with the membership department. And we had this music. This is a video below from Instagram of our latest General Assembly.
Yeah, Miguel, and we need to wrap up because we are already 2 minutes.
That's the last slide. Yep. And that's basically it that I had to say. Challenges, well, that's the last slide. A meeting with the Secretary of State, it's proven difficult. They're always traveling, trying to meet with the Visit Portugal. They're also sneaky and postponing our meetings, and being heard by major mayors of key cities. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone. And
thank you, Miguel.
Thank you
for having brought us through the AGIC's journey this year, and a lot of success being the new president of the association.
Thank you.
So this has really been 3 very different but also really interesting journeys. So Eva, are you there?
Yes,
You're
I'm
the
here.
next. Yes. Next, we still keep to Europe. We are going to the Netherlands. You know, you're going to the Switzerland. I'm so sorry, Eva. Switzerland. And Eva is both our area representative for this area and also the presenter. Eva, would you mind telling us who you are and about your association? We are very eager to know.
Thank you very much, Christina. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I happen to be the area representative as well for Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Slovenia, and our countries in the East, Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine. I'm a new area representative. I just started this April, so I'm still in the process of creating all the contacts. And if somebody's listening here, please reach out. I want to build a strong network of these countries here. I just got elected as the president of the Swiss Tourist Guide Association. And my presentation today will also be a little bit different. I will speak without the PowerPoint. I would like to talk about the challenges we face. And in many countries, we face different challenges. I'm very impressed to see how well your associations are set up and organized and running. Our association has a lot of work to do. It exists since 1995. It was founded with a lot of enthusiasm and energy in order to create an official guide training. Because in Switzerland, we're an unregulated country. Hello, Sweden. I would be happy to talk about this with you in the future. We're an unregulated country. We also have the problem that we are a high price country surrounded by countries of kind of a lower price and salary level. So our challenge is not only the unregulated guides or wild guides here in Switzerland, but our problem is that a lot of the big groups coming in, they bring their own tour guide because they can work for a salary that is lower, much lower than you would need to be able to live in Switzerland. So the result of this is that I am of the really few people in Switzerland who is actually a full-time professional tour guide, because you need to be really active in order to have enough work. And many people just say it's not attractive. For me, there is no security. So there are especially people who did it as a kind of, let's say, housewives who did it as a hobby, people who have another job who do it as a hobby. And so there was never a real representation of this as a profession. In our associations, we have 130 members. The average age until about 2 years ago was probably 65. We try to bring in young people, and we have a different thing. The older people are the ones who help to shape the associations, but they're also the only ones who participate now in our events. We do have events. We have especially the continuous education, a training program, not a training program. It's basically a networking and learning program that we have for 3 days in the spring. This year also, I kind of counted the age group. I think that the average age of the attendance was over 70 attendees, and then the young people come and they say, we feel we're like in an event of a retirement home, and they don't come. At the same time, the older people are the ones that support it. So our challenge is to bring in young people and to bring in new people who will work in this profession. And in order to get them, we need training. And that is our main challenge. A lot of the older ones who were in the association since 1995, they also left because they said this was founded in order to create, to evaluate our profession and to create a training. So I thought I'd like to try this again. And so in November last year, I attended the WFTGA Train the Trainer course in Nicosia. And I have been working this year towards creating a training program for Switzerland that could actually have a success. Why do I say it could have a success? People have been working to establish an official training with a nationally accepted diploma that would have been a complete training over 2 years and really would have been nationally recognized and would have been the first step also to regulate the profession. But the problem is nobody wanted to join, because if you can do work as a guide anywhere, you say, why should I invest my time and my money? And that one was rather expensive. So I had to start with the kind of more accessible training that is shorter, doesn't cost that much. So I organized it in what we call modules. So we have a basic module, a Swiss tourist guide, which is basically a hot training. So a hands-on training, which really shows you or gives you the skills of guiding. And then we have the local modules that are more about content. I'm from the city of Lucerne, so there you really learn the local history. We also have the problem that we are, because it is a kind of hobby thing, there are not a lot of strong local associations. There are basically two, one where I'm coming from in Lucerne and one in Geneva. And the rest of the guides basically work for the local tourist offices. And they offer the training. That's also how I entered the profession here. My training was the Lucerne Tourism Board offered a history course on Lucerne. That's pretty much what it was. And then you become a guide for them at really a hobby salary and with not enough work. So I think it is really important, or it was also important to me, to really bring that practical part, the kind of core of our profession, how to guide, how to be a guide. And so that was wonderful what I learned at the Train the Trainer course. I think these hot trainings are fantastic. And I could also convince people inside of our association. They realized, they were like, oh, we have the knowledge, but we feel we don't have the know-how. So for January 2026, it seems that we have a first group for both modules that I offer, the Swiss Tourist Guide and the Lucerne City Guide. I'm now in the process of interviewing, but I have 11 participants for both courses, which is a big success given our situation. So I'm looking forward to keep working with the training committee of the WFTGA. And I would also be very much interested, as president of the Swiss Tourist Guide Association, but also as area representative, of setting up a kind of study group of unregulated countries. And I would very much also like to know how the training is organized and what we could do in improving our situation. So thank you very much. It's always a pleasure seeing all of you and hearing from you.
No, we thank you, Eva, for it's so inspiring, and it's really, from my point of view, I really understand what you're going through, because being regulated, unregulated, and being landlocked in there, and so many people just crossing Switzerland with all these guides coming from different countries, it must be really hard for you. So it's amazing what you're trying to do. And absolutely, we as WFTGA will be here for you. Count on us, and we are going to set that group up, because it's really important, this networking and the sharing of practices it can really be helpful. So it was really important, to say the least, to listen to your commentary. So Eva, we keep in touch for
Thank you very
sure,
much.
for sure. Right. So now, Elga, you were here, right? Because the next country presenting is within your area, the Netherlands. So Elga, would you present yourself and also your area?
So just rectification, the area rep for Netherlands is Sabah, and Sabah will present our Association of France next Monday, I guess. I'm here for a little space more because at 9 I have a very, very important call with Luxembourg that I am trying to get into WFTGA. So Netherlands, I'm very, very, very happy that you are presenting the association. I will listen to you until it's time for my call with Luxembourg. Thank you very much.
Yes, I will present as well without slides, just mentioning the the challenges that we have and the changes and what's going on. I can feel very much with Switzerland. We have similar problems. We are an unregulated country as well. You might have heard of the over-tourism situation in Amsterdam. We have a lot of new regulations from the last few years. Not last year, we didn't get anything new. But in previous years, we have regulations that it's a maximum of 15 guests in a group, which is a challenge for tour operators because they have to find 3 guides for a full coach while it was 1 guide in the past. So there is a difference. We don't suffer from not enough work. We rather suffer from not enough guides. For the guides, it's nice. The guides are very positive about 15 in the group because you can deliver a much better tour and a more personal, more personal service. Then the coaches are not allowed in the city center anymore. We have just a few stops where we can be dropped off and picked up, and that is a challenge with guests that have disabilities, walking disabilities, because you have to walk to many places, or you can't see them at all. As well, we have, not regulated, but the city of Amsterdam has introduced an exemption, and everybody has to buy this exemption who wants to guide in Amsterdam, and it's around 1,000 exemptions that they hand out. We have 137 active members, and with the associate members, we have around 201. So we are very small compared to the guides that are in Amsterdam. So yes, it would be wonderful if and this is just Amsterdam. I mean, and we hardly have anyone from the rest of the country. So we really would like to be bigger and represent the country and not only Amsterdam. But yeah, the city is not interested in having guides qualified. So to apply for this exemption, any one of you can apply for that exemption and guide in Amsterdam. They're not interested in qualification. The argument is that they don't know how to set it up. It would be very costly. And those guides that are guiding for many years, how can you judge who would be then eligible to have the exemption or not? So everybody can get the exemption. That's the argument. Another thing is that the exemption was quite big in size. It was a plastified A5. This has been reduced to half. But we're working on to get that even smaller, to a professional badge that we have for our association, for GUIDOR. And the city didn't understand the problems that we have with this big thing that we had to, we called it a cowbell that we had to wear, because it's resident aggression. We do deal with resident aggression since we are the visible tourism. We often deal with verbal, or it has even happened physical aggression, and people trying to take pictures. So then they have our names, they have our pictures, and been threatened. We will report you to the city hall. It's not on every tour, obviously, but it happens, and it's not supposed to happen. So hopefully we could convince the city hall to have smaller badges. So that's the challenge is to get more people engaged or more members. One thing in that respect has been a great success because we have been working with a local school for the guide training, and they gave up because they didn't have enough applicants to do the course. And so we set up our own course last year, and that resulted already in 32 participants last year. So it's 1 year, it's 5 modules, it has practical training included. And of the 32 in 32 that took the course, there will be 18. Wait a minute. Yeah, 18. No, 20. 20 will do the exam this year. So they will do the full. You can do it in per module, and you have to do as well. You have to write an essay about each module. So you have to pass all those steps. And then, so 20 will do the full exam in January. So hopefully we have 20 new members. And I mean, it doesn't mean that they will be members afterwards, but keep fingers crossed that it will become members. And for next year, we have already 18 who have signed up for the course. So that's going very well. We have the same issue that many of our members are pretty old. The average age is 62. So we would love to have younger people, younger members. Another issue that we deal with as well is that we have no access to get in touch with local authorities. They don't listen. And I have been speaking to quite a few members, tour operators, former board of directors, and they all say the city might have invited them for talks, but they don't listen. And that there are continuous meetings with the city, but less and less people are showing up because they feel it's a waste of time. So that is really an issue. We would love to have more contact with the local authorities. Let me see. I think that's most of the issues that we have. Of course, we have training program in the winter. We used to have more online sessions still from COVID, but that has been reduced now to 1. It's nicer if you meet in person. So we have 9 lectures in meeting rooms about different topics, and 2 excursions. So that's spread out throughout the winter to make sure that there is a continuous training. And the members have to attend a certain number of trainings every year. That's a point system, and you have to collect enough points to make sure that you stay up to date. We have twice a year our annual meetings to update everyone and to connect and to socialize. And I think that's all I can mention at the moment.
So, Anna, it's really, thank you so much, first of all, for your presentation and your comments, because being a European myself, I know how much tourism the Netherlands has got, and especially, of course, Amsterdam and the northern area. But it's, I must say, we are not quite fully aware of the challenges. And you meeting so many challenges and still trying to keep up with the organization and do the training for the guides. It's we only have to say a big thank you for your work, because it must be really very, very hard. So, but Anna, we keep in touch for sure, because we have some, you gave us some very good ideas, and the best of luck, I should say.
Thank you. I just remember one thing that might be interesting to mention. Amsterdam had decided to cut down on the river cruises and sea cruises. So we have 2 spots for sea cruises, but they allow just 1 at a time. And for next year, it will be 100 for the whole year, and that's it. And they cut down as well on river cruises. It was more than 2,000 calls last year, I think, and they want to cut down over a period of 4 years to 1,150. And now the cruise sector has got to the city. They approached the city to say, well, we can collaborate because we know when we are in the city, so we can help spreading the people. Nothing that has to do with us as an association, but I thought it was now, because it's before everybody was just doing their own thing because there was no interest. They could do, the possibilities were there, and now that it's getting limited, they open up to collaborate, because that would be a very good opportunity to regulate group or spread groups, make sure that not everybody's at the same time, much better than with individual tourists. So I thought that was a positive development. I don't know what it will change, but I hope it will be for the better. But yeah, that was the last thing I was thinking of. You're muted, Christina.
Yeah, sorry. So I was saying that you're still within your time, so it was very welcome, that information, because it's really, in a way, it's important. We all need more sustainability in our working areas. So thank you again, Anna, and all the best.
Thank you.
So, okay, so our last presenter for the day, Israel. So our dear Smaro could not be present. She sent an email saying she was out. So it's up to me to present Yoni Shapira. He is in charge of the next presentation in favor or presenting the Heritage Trails Israel. So Yoni, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Very well. And you can
Can
see
you
your,
see?
yeah, we can see your screen.
You can see my screen, the full screen.
No, you need to start from, the slides from the start. Like on the left-hand side, it says slides, because I can see your screen.
On the left-hand side, it
Side
says
and on the
slides.
top, yeah, below, not file, yeah, to the right, slides, if you
Yeah.
click there, and then
New slide, no.
new slides. It should say from the start.
No.
No,
Sorry
this
about
is,
that.
it's okay.
Okay, it's a bit technical issues because I'm not sitting in my office in Jerusalem. I'm right now in
No,
I'm in London in the hotel room.
May I help? Sorry, Christina, it's Anna Paula. May I
Yes.
help?
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
Down on the right-hand side, below the slide, there is a exactly there. That's it. That's it. Click there,
That's it.
please. Yes.
Okay, I did. Do you see it now?
Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Anna.
Okay, so I'm on my laptop and doing it first time from my laptop and not from my computer at home. So welcome everybody. Thank you for listening in to our association story, Moreshet Derech. I'm Yoni Shapira. I was till 2 months ago the president of the association, and I stepped down after 6 very difficult years that I'll mention, be it COVID that we all had, but we also have a war. A few words about our association and country, some statistics. Country is very small, 10 million citizens. You can see the dimensions of it. 21% of Israel are non-Jews or Muslims, equal citizens, and our guides are Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Druze, Bedouins, Israelis, and Palestinians, and we speak over 60 languages in our association because we are a country of immigrants. And a lot of people come with their mother tongue. The country is known because it's the Holy Land. The Galilee, obviously, you're all familiar with. You don't have to visit Israel to be familiar with these holy sites from the scriptures. We have the Negev, the desert, which is a major place for ecotourism and heritage tourism of the Nabatean spice routes and geology and other sites. And obviously, we have Judea and Samaria, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, the Dead Sea, Jericho, etc. From October 7th, which we cannot get over that date, tourism went down from 100 to 0 in one day. The war is now raging for over 750 days, and thank God We managed to get out all the hostages, dead and alive, except for one. Right now, Hamas is still holding on. Yesterday, a Thai worker who was murdered and held as hostage, his body was released to his family in Thailand with an official ceremony in Ben Gurion Airport by the Thai ambassador, Israeli officials, and so on. And thank God for that. And now we have one Israeli hostage left, and the war will hopefully be over by that. We spoke in depth about it in CPD that we held for WFTGA on tourist guiding during troubled times, where our friend Alina Tomel, member of the Expo and a trainer, gave this CPD together with Ukrainian guides and other guides who are in troubled and turbulent times, how to function. But we're not going to focus on that, although this is a major part of any tourism that's coming to Israel, is going to see the sites of the massacre, the sites of the horrible things that happened, and we are now trying to find a way to keep it as a memory and not have black tourism and voyeurism tourism. We are involved with Christian communities in Jerusalem. Unfortunately, in the last few years, they've been suffering from, I would say, hotheads, both on the extreme right Jewish side as well as Muslim sides, that are harassing them, spitting at them on the road when they go in processions, and smashing some of the cemeteries and so on. So Israel, our association, in conjunction with the Armenian Patriarch, with the Greek Orthodox Church, with the other Russian Orthodox churches and so on, joining them in the processions. And you could see the guide here in a yellow vest, together with a body cam. We follow them from the Patriarch to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Here we have a meeting on top with the Patriarch, and they are very grateful because we document these things. We put the complaints to the police, and the police is cooperating. But it's still an issue that we have decided to strengthen the peace ties between the Tour Guide Association, Israel, and the various Christian communities. We have started, because tourism went to zero and a lot of our tour guides have not been working, to promote local economy by sending small groups to various places that have been suffering following the war, losing work, losing population. Population had to migrate to other places for over 2 years. Many of them have not returned to their homes because the homes are still not built. And one of the biggest in my my achievement that I feel that I did is in January of 2024, we created a connection with a community of Israel saving Israeli food, that suddenly thousands of farmers or hundreds of farmers lost all their workers because they were right next to the Gaza Strip with rockets and attacks and field burned. So volunteers started going to these areas, and I approached the chairman of Israel Saving Food Association, and I suggested that tour guides who have no work will start being on the bus, on the coach, giving a good time, controlling the events that are happening, giving the security brief, taking the pictures, participating, and doing so. And here we have guides that have volunteered for this. The idea was to make a living, so I also negotiated a price per day for the guide and for the drivers, and we are helping the farmers. We are helping the farmers, helping Israel. And this is an amazing thing, because looking at the numbers of tourists and tourist guides working in that, we had over 2,150 work days in 2025. Volunteers from 56,000 volunteers, all from the local communities, but also from abroad who come to volunteer and help. So thinking about such an important project that saves food, millions of tons, and food that is divided out to needy families for free, farmers that donate extra supplies, and volunteers that get involved with it. From our point of view, the tour guides that are working in it basically are saying, you saved our lives. Because sitting at home being depressed, post-traumatic, traumatic in many cases, because of the events, is something that we could not handle. Going out, leaving 5 o'clock in the morning with volunteers to go and work in the field, it's a breath of fresh air and gives us a cause in life. So they're making a living. But what I told them, guys, we are not going to fill up the calendar with working days with agriculture, not more than 6 working days per person per month in order to divide it among more and more guides. And that is what has happened. So we have here also community work, volunteers with tourism, cooking food, and distributing food for the troops, and so on. We have got involved more so in WFTGA with giving CPDs. These are some that we have participated in the last couple of years. And you can see yourself, some of you can see yourself in this slide right over here. We have participated in Syracuse, and I am the Israel delegate to WFTGA, and it's a great honor and a pleasure. And this is the scene from Syracuse in one of our board meetings there of WFTGA with all the delegates. We are doing a lot of CPDs. In Israel, in order to have a license, you have to have at least one CPD a year that's recognized by the Ministry of Tourism, that's recognized. You come in the morning, you registered in the noon, and in the late afternoon, you're registered to make sure you're there. And we had 18 such trips organized and 482 participants throughout. And you could see here the view with the Sea of Galilee in the background. And this is important. It's not just to museums, like mostly, and monuments like in Europe. We go out to archaeological digs. We go out to nature areas. We go out to hiking trails in the desert and to bike trails, but also to museum special tours and so on. So this is a very important part of our involvement with the union, which includes quite a bit. I'll mention it in a second. And one of the things, 2025, I called for an election in order to step down after the difficult years as president with the war going on and the involvement before that with COVID. And I managed to recruit quite a lot of new faces that were not before in the board. So we have new people that includes also the ethic committee and the controllers. We have amazing statistics. About half and half are equal gender, women, men. 50% of veteran guides. That means, like myself, over 40 years of experience, but others are 5 years of experience and less. We have the pension group. I heard that a lot of your statistics is that the average age is 70 and above. It was like that for us too. And now we have a lot of young people with families. And we are speaking in the board itself only 18 languages, which you can see here, which is quite an amazing activity. So we have ability to be involved with others. We have some of the veterans that stay behind and are still on the board. And we have among them lawyers and accountants, archaeologists, degrees in theology, Christianity, Judaism, and so on. We have travel agents, domestic tourism, VIP tourism, ecotourism. So we are covering the whole gamut of things, which is putting us on the map. We have 1,500 members, all in all registered, although most of them are not active. And right now, the Ministry of Tourism does not want to do a statistical survey of how many survived the tragedies and survived the unemployment and are still in the position to work, because the day the war will be over, and it's hopefully soon, tourism will boom. So that is something very important. They are reluctant to do it for various reasons, and we are fighting with the government like everybody else. We are fighting with the authorities. We are a regulated country. However, we have no enforcement of the regulations. So we do have, like yours, unlicensed guides. Unfortunately, primarily Christian priests that come from Orthodox countries. I mean Orthodox by Romanian Orthodox, Russian Orthodox, and so on from Central Europe, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, that come with their groups and demand to guide and do not take a local licensed guide, which is against the law. It's also against their own country's law. And right now we have started a move of approaching the custodian, the Christian Orthodox authorities, for instance, in Romania, and complain about such pastors or priests because they are unlicensed to guide, unlicensed to do tourism, and unlicensed to work in a different country without reporting taxation. So we're hoping to create a buzz. Some of our meetings, we have committees of volunteers. We are meeting with government officials. We have media exposure. Not enough, but we're still trying to get there. And the key issue is I just finished this week the training of the TTT training in Nicosia with the WFTGA training. And thank you, Viola, for a great course that I participated in and met new friends. And just to realize, I'm going to try and 1-minute video of showing it to you, but to have a group that includes lead trainer from Iran, guides from Qatar, 2 from Jordan, 1 from Egypt, 2 from the UAE, 2 from Israel, Slovenia, Ireland, and Poland, was amazing because it shows us that we can work for peace with people who are supposedly our enemies, but when we talk to people and we work at the level of face-to-face and people-to-people, we create great friendships. So let me try and give you a 1-minute look at a summary of the TTT course that just took place. Can you hear the music?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes it's complicated to share videos,
So try
Johnny.
clicking your hand. It's only 1 minute, but you get the variety of the
We
people
cannot-
that were there.
Yoni, we
I
cannot see
mentioned
the
also
video.
Greece, we had a couple.
But Yoni, we cannot see the video. Are you sharing?
Sorry?
Are you sharing the video? Because we cannot see it.
You're not seeing the video?
No.
Oh, okay. So let me, I'm listening to the music here. You could not see the video?
No.
Okay, so I do not know how to change that at this point in time. I will have it. It is on the WFTGA training course, and it's a lovely video that just puts in 1 minute with a very good rhythm and beat. Hilal, a Chinese guide working in Qatar, put it together to show the different activities of our event in Cyprus. So we have already 3 national trainers in Israel, and we hope to participate in the international training activity next year. And 3 from the union are also going with their spouses to Japan. So we will see those who will be coming to Japan. And thank you very much for the listening.
Not at all, Yoni. It was really, I don't know the right words to choose. But it's important that you shared all the experiences with us because we all know, of course, from the news about the war in Israel and everything, but it's different to listen from somebody who's actually on the terrain. And I know for a fact that you are truly trying your best to be the peace ambassadors that you all claim to be, and we are sure that we are. So it was really very, very inspiring, all of it, Yoni. We keep in touch for sure. Wish you all the best and
Thank
your
you
colleagues
very,
in
very
Israel. And this is the closure of our sessions for today. It has been really, really great to welcome you all to our first session of the Association Journeys for 2025. There will be more. There will be more next Monday in the evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Central European Time on Monday, and Tuesday from 8 to 10 a.m. Central European Time. So we hope that you find time to be with us again, and you are always welcome to approach the WFTGA and to network with us for whatever it's necessary. And we heard some very important ideas in how to do so during these sessions. So thank you again so much. Our president is here. Would you like to close the session?
Thank you, Christina, for presenting. You said everything. I love to delegate. And to everybody, have a wonderful day. And yeah, let's meet again in the next session and let's prepare Japan. This is what we are doing behind the scenes a lot at the moment. I'm really looking forward to see you at the General Assembly in Japan. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.